Hello everyone, my name is Chris and I am new to Overwatch. I started playing at Season 3 and I went from Platinum 2 to Masters 4, mainly playing Ana. Let's see how I was able to do it. Right from the start I knew that this is gonna be such an amazing journey because every single time I would play an FPS title, I wanted to be a support. I wanted to be a player that's gonna give the flashbang instead of the person that's gonna initiate the team fight. I wanted to be a player that's gonna trade the kill instead of going in first. And as you might have seen from the screenshot I had previously, I had such a massive difference between my ranks in terms of DPS, tanks and supports, and it feels like within the last few seasons I kinda tend to balance the things out. I learned a lot about the game, and Ana, oh my god, if you were to give me one character that I have to play for the rest of my life in Overwatch or any other game with the similar concept and similar characters, that's gonna be Ana. The fact that you are not the solo carry potential, not the character that can win the game, but the character that can stabilize a very bad and even lost situation. The amount of times I have won games that I should have been lost if I were to be another support are uncountable. It is actually insane. The fact that I am useful, the fact that I can pretty much negate all the mistakes that my teammates are making, all the overcommitment, all the this is massive. I feel like I have improved quite a lot in that regard. So let's talk about the character a little bit closer. I feel like I have turned from a person that wants to damage a lot more, simply because when I was a plat level player, I watched the awkward video about the Ana and he was saying damage, 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 and usually I would go and never care about my teammates. We would have Ana Mercy and I would just damage and I would have insane amounts of DPS in comparison with my tanks and supports and DPS, I'm sorry. But the fact that my tank was constantly dying, the fact that my tank was constantly low health and there is nothing he can do it was just absolutely funny. And I started playing like a heal bot, but something inside of me, this FPS kind of root, always kept me in touch with reality. And I'm like, Chris, you have to deal damage, you have to anti more, you have to do this and you have to do that. And I feel like just with all the things that have to be in balance, this was quite in balance as well. I realized that I can deal damage and help my tank. And by the way, when I'm playing solo queue, I always feel like I don't want to heal that tank because he's never communicating with me. He is never saying what he's about to do, and it's just a very low quality games. So for the rest of this series, I went and played with a duo partner. I had two, and oh my god, it made all the difference, man. Trust me, if you are struggling with solo queue, if you feel like Overwatch is not really interesting and very 50-50 and you really cannot control the outcome of the situation, try to get yourself a player. It would be a lot better if he is stronger than you, so you can learn from him, and that's gonna be a massive motivation for you to continue and grow as a player. I feel like all the hours that I have spent playing on DPS contributed quite a lot to my Ana playstyle, due to the fact that I want to hit my shots because it's so detrimental on this character. It's not like I'm playing Brigade and you swing your mace and then you go for a whip shot, you might miss it, but then you have health packs to save your DPS. No, with Ana, if you are missing a shot and if you are hitting the shot, that's a massive drastic difference between you winning the team fight and maybe a game or losing it. The fact that Ana is one of the higher skill ceiling characters in the game. Of course you cannot compare Ana with Tracer, of course you cannot compare Ana with Echo, she is infinitely easier than those characters. But if you go for overall supports, do you think Ana is harder than Lifeweaver? Of course she is, man, of course she is. Is she harder than Lucio? 100%, highest skill ceiling support in the game for sure. very detrimental to have very good aim, very detrimental to know your kit and understand how to use your abilities, where to use your abilities, and when to use your abilities for maximum impact. Oh my god. The fact that like you can completely turn around the fight with Nano, the fact that you can completely turn around the fight with Anti is such an insane potential for you to not carry the game, but like kind of stabilize the situation. I feel like I can do that. I feel like I can do that. And I found out that the best thing I can do for myself is to get a tank or a DPS and just coordinate with him, just speak with him. Even at times where I had 0 to no people in voice chat, I knew that there is going to be a player that I can count on. I knew that there is going to be a player that I can always talk to, that we can always like share the plans and go for the ideas of how to win the game, go for win conditions, go for this and go for that. The fact that you can do that is so valuable, because every single time I would play solo queue, people are just silent. Like I'm giving info, I'm like, yo, I'm sleeping this guy, 3, 2, 1, dude is just shooting him. Jesus Christ, man, get a grip in life. And yeah, when I'm playing duo queue, first of all, it's a lot harder. Like I'm talking, we are going from the normal difficulty to not the veteran. I'm gonna have veteran level difficulty in later hours when you would have GM Smurfs against us and top 500 Smurfs against us. But this is just like, yeah, my duo guy is Masters, and I was like Diamond 3 at that time, so pretty good. And it's not like I'm being carried simply because Overwatch system has a very interesting model where you don't get your initial rank, you don't see it, you have like oh, Diamond 3, but you can simply play in top 500 lobbies if you win like a lot more than you lose, right? And if you have a massive win streak. So yeah, games on the same map. Let's go for the next hour. Hour 3, and I'm still stuck between mid diamond level. The games are hard, I'm not gonna lie. I have to put in the initial additional work. I have to be on top of my game in order to carry those players. It is insane how sometimes like you literally have to go extra 10 miles in order to win the game. And as Ana player, you have to have the correct positioning, you have to have great angles on your tank, you have to have the ideas on like where you can stand and what you can do. You have to land good antis, you have to go for sleeps, like right here. I would have antied and that would be great, but I feel like I was afraid of the Cassidy 2-tapping me. Very debatable. Sometimes I'm looking at my older footage, I'm like, yo, Chris, you could have been playing it like so much better, but I feel like this is a part of the journey, and you just have to accept the things the way they are and just try your absolute hardest every single game. It doesn't matter whether you win or lose. If you are putting 110% of your effort and like focus of your attention, sooner or later you're gonna rank up. It's inevitable that you will. It is absolutely inevitable. So here I am dying from cringe from Genji, and oh my god, the fact that I was landing shots on my opponents as well as I was landing shots on my teammates were absolutely detrimental and very important. Like right here, this Sigma would have been easily healed, but I was able to get him. Unfortunately, I missed my sleep. I feel like Nano Blade for one Ana is a really nice exchange, and we are absolutely taking that. I'm like, here, oh no, I am in such danger. By the way, we are the only one, me and Pirate are the only one in the voice chat. Pirate is my duo tank. These dudes are just absolutely clueless. My boy is playing Junkrat, and it feels like I would have the same amount of damage as this guy on Ana, which is like really strange. And this is the last fight, very losable. I'm going for Nano, I'm going for Anti, and it feels super losable, but I get a kill onto the soldier, solo kill onto the soldier, and here I'm like wasting time of this Genji player, and they C9'd. Jesus Christ, man. I absolutely love moments where my screams, or excuse me, my matches feels like a scream match where everyone is talking, everyone is giving info, like, oh, Diva 1, we pushed that, I antied, huge, go. when everyone is talking in the microphone, this is so valuable. And you compare that with solo queue or mid diamond, where everyone is like muted or everyone is, I mean, there is a moment where you realize that you have to speak, you have to count enemy ultimates, you have to be aware of your positioning, you have to be aware of the enemy's positioning, you have to count cooldowns, you have to speak loud about it. You're like, oh guys, they're gonna have coalescence, they're gonna have Reaper ult, and they're gonna have Primal, right? And we have this, and this, and we use this and that. So you have to be very vocal about that stuff. You have to IGL, you have to like think 2 steps ahead. And this is so insane. This is like so massive, and I absolutely love it. It feels like when I'm playing in diamond lobbies, I don't really need to do that because people are not gonna do anything with that information. They're just gonna press W and die like they would usually do. But when I was playing like hour 7 is when I realized I have to speak, man. Otherwise, we are just gonna lose to a person that's speaking on the enemy team, and I'm not. And this was like an insane insight for me. And as an Ana player, you want to be as mechanically good to never care about what you're doing and like think about IGLing as well. This is like really hard to do so because when you're focusing on your like antis, when you're focusing on your sleeps, it's kind of hard. I feel like hour 5 still felt like an absolute kindergarten. Same map, different people, different tank, and we are going for the Diva Ana. I would speak about my best combinations with this character a little bit later, and spoiler alert, no, it's not gonna be Ana Genji, it's not gonna be Nanoblade. I usually never Nanoblade my Genji, simply because he's just always have it so much later than me. As an Ana player, when you are playing defensively and offensively in a very effective manner, you have the ability to like get nano pretty much twice as fast as the Genji would have his blade if he's having like an average game for a Genji where he's not doing much because the character is horrendous and very niche. So here, another Blizzard world, one of my favorite maps in the game, and they are playing Ball. I absolutely love playing against Ball simply because you can like make his life quite miserable with antis, you can make his life quite miserable with sleeps, and I feel like Ball is an absolute horrible choice, especially when it comes to lineup of enemies where they're playing Ana Zen. You are lost, confused, and there is nothing you can do to save yourself in that situation, it feels like. So yeah, I'm landing another sleep, it feels like. Nope, I got greedy here, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. So here, I am just clean, man. We got the kill onto the Mercy, we saved our Mercy, we're going for... I thought he's gonna like push forward a little bit. And I wasn't able to save my Diva player, but that's alright. That's alright. Sometimes it happens. You cannot save them all, especially when you have a Mercy with you. Jesus Christ, I absolutely hate playing with Mercy in my team. The fact that you are going from the proactive state to reactive state is just so unsatisfying to play. But yeah, I thought I am dead, but it's not like... I'm trying to remember the quote from the ginger guy from the movie, but I only know it in Russian, unfortunately. It's alright, so we are going... Bro, this guy on a soldier was an absolute beast in terms of the aim. I feel like his aim is even better than mine, and I was putting a lot of effort, like practicing and perfecting mine. So yeah, sometimes things are not working as intended. So right here, unfortunately, it was not as clean as good as it wants to be, but we are re-engaging onto the point once again, going for the beautiful anti, and boom, Ball does not have anything to do. By the way, are they playing Mercy Zen? Oh, Jesus Christ, ain't no way they're doing that. Almost got the sleep here. We kind of stabilized, and look at that. I naded my guy and I antied the Genji. Beautiful, beautiful. Like, this is exactly how you turn around fights. So here I'm going for a little off angle here just to find a sleep, just to find an anti, and Nice anti onto the soldier, and he's gonna die because of that. Transcendence is quite useless here. We're gonna go for a sleep, and I am just clean. I am just clean. Like, after some time, you get the feeling of when and how you should go for your left clicks, whether you should, like, go... Oh my god, look at that sleep, man. Jesus. So yeah, you get the feeling of like when you should be no scoping, when you should be quick scoping, when you should be scoped in, and you like get the feeling of whether you will be able to get away with it and your opponents are not gonna punish you for you standing still pretty much, because when you are scoped on Nana, you are pretty much standing still. But yeah, I'm landing some insane sleeps on that ball. He is quite suffering tremendously. Boom. complete domination in that regard. We're going for Zenyatta, and unfortunately we gonna lose this game. Even though we like managed to pull off an insane performance like this, I should have I feel like I should have ulted my Genji, and right here my Pharah died with 1 HP and I was so late for the party. I was like, oh my god, and my Mercy is not healing my teammates, my Mercy is with me, and that's a big mistake as well. This is why my Echo is gonna die and not get a kill, and as a result we will lose the game. Butterfly effect. Imagine Pharah would have gotten the kill onto the Genji, we would have stabilized earlier and gotten way more resources as a result. But that's okay, that's life. We are just accepting the outcome as it is and going for the next game. Our 6 and Ilias is known to be one of the worst Ana maps, simply because opponents would usually go for a dive setup with Monkey, opponents would usually go for Kiri, Tracer, and you are just left alone in like closed space. There is nowhere to run, nothing to hide, and you are just dead and completely broken. But when you play with the Monkey yourself, when you are going for the setup like this, I found out that this is so fun and satisfying to play. Here we're going for a funny little Reaper Nano Blossom, and it was so cool. The first map was quite easy. We were pretty much spawn camping them and everything was sunshine and rainbows. We are landing insane nades, we are landing insane sleeps, and everything is great. But I don't quite remember what happened. Maybe my guy just decided to take Roadhog or whatever happened. But yeah, we were able to stabilize after 40% was already lost on the point. There is a nice... Oh, I remember this game. By the way, this guy is a top 50 player. The Walter VS, right? On Echo. He was so good on the character. Like, oh my god. Of course, it is his Smurf account. He dropped his Twitch. And in one of his WODs he was playing on his main account. So yeah, games are a lot harder than they were before. And here I am including some Zenyatta footage, and you might say, Chris, that's an Ana video. But I feel like you need to have like a reference to... You can just take a character and absolutely destroy the competition. Our 7, I'm about Diamond 1 level, but I feel like my hidden MMR is a lot higher than that, because first of all, my new duo partner, Eagle Piggle, is about GM level on DPS, he's GM2 on DPS on this account, and about Masters 3 at that time on tank. And we were playing against pretty good people. We were playing with pretty good people and against pretty good people. Everyone is speaking in the voice chat. It felt like a scrim, and I absolutely loved it. Oh my god. The fact that I had to put in an extra work to make everything like work and happen, this is... Oh my... Like, I'm looking at this footage. This is insane. There would be, like, again, butterfly effect. There would be so many moments where we would have, like, lost it completely, and there is nothing you can do. Here's gonna be a nice nano blade onto the Genji at the first time in 7 hours. By the way, I'm gonna nano blade Genji 2 times in like 10 hours. I even played more. I feel like I already have like 30 hours on Ana, and hopefully in the future I'm gonna do Road to GM series on Ana. It's not like gonna be unranked to GM, because I was never GM in my life, but I feel like sooner or later I'm gonna be able to reach that rank on Ana. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna waste my time playing characters for 20-hour challenges. I'm just gonna do that. So here we are going for a complete domination with Ramatra, Ult, and Nano. This is insane, and I already felt that with a better tank, I feel like I have more space, and I feel like I have more opportunities to shine as a player. You can compare playing support with being a woman and getting yourself a husband that's rich, good looking, that has a really nice work and a lot of like social connections, and you just feel better as a woman. You just feel good. But when you have like yourself not a really good like man, yeah, this is exactly it. This is exactly how I feel playing solo queue. I feel like I'm just wasting my time, wasting my potential as a great support, because I cannot unleash my full power. I'm speaking like a Dragon Ball Z motivational character, but it is what it is. So here we are stabilizing. I'm going for the Nano. It's 1-0 and 99-99, so like really close game. But we got the Nano and got the game as a result. I feel like hour 8 is when I realized that the games have ended, and now you're going into a serious terra incognita. I'm playing against mid-masters, and even though for some players this rank is not as high as you want it to be, I feel like everything is very relative. You have never played versus masters. Of course, you're gonna be scared. Of course, you're gonna be a little bit nervous when you go for them. I never felt like that, because I understand that I am on their level or even higher, so there is nothing to be nervous about. I'm just like entering the flow state and speak about, I'm just giving information like, oh, I slapped this guy, huge anti, I'm gonna nano you 3-2-1, we can jump, you're out of line of sight. So I'm basically trying to give as much information from my point of view without being annoying. This is really, really important, and years of competitive experience in other FPS titles taught me that, because one of the most important problem you have as an Overwatch player is miscommunication. Your tank wanted to go in, you were not ready, you were reloading while your support was like dying. You just have to work on that to be a good player. Hour 9, we are on a huge win streak with like 6 wins or something, and I got to Masters 5 with 5-1 and stuff here. What a great stabilization from me and my team. And my Genji, by the way, my Genji has 7 minutes played on Genji, and my Hanzo has 6 minutes played on Hanzo. So they are, and by the way, this is their maximum playtime. So they are both Smurfs, and they are both like had 1 win. They put in, they were put in this lobby. So it was like you can already see that the movement of my characters and like my players and opponents are a lot cleaner than they were before. Everyone like knows what they are doing. And this was like so hard yet so satisfying to play in lobbies like this. I realized that I just worth so much as a player. Like instead of playing versus Plats and playing in a kindergarten, playing with toys in sand with kids, I can now go for some serious kind of matches. And I understand that, again, for some people this is not serious, but for some people this is like, oh, I'm playing in top 500 lobbies. But bro, were you playing that when you had like 300 hours in game? Probably not, right? So here we are going for a complete massive domination. Sometimes you feel like the luck is on your side and Smurfs are in your team, but something inside tells me that if me and Eagle would be on the enemy team and if we would just swap tank and support, we would still be able to convert that game. That's how much more value we have as a duo. That's how much more value we have as like players overall. And it feels like on Eichenwald defense, I was cooking quite tremendously on defense here. I was going for insane moves, I was saving my teammates, and one of the last clips that I would basically pocket, like I literally did so much work pocketing the Hanzo on my team. He was getting jumped by Winston. The Winston is gonna have a mental breakdown on how I'm saving him as he's not dying. Oh, here's, by the way, the second and the last nano blade I did in like 30 hours. Not the 30 hours, 15 hours of my Ana gameplay. Last 15 hours of my Ana gameplay. And right here, oh my god. So this dude jumps in, I miss my sleep. He goes for nano, I'm going for the nade here, and he's still on the Hanzo. He's like not letting him go, man. Oh no, he's critical, I save him. He's critical, I save him. He's critical, I save him. Jesus Christ. And then before I die, I went and gave nano. Oh my god, what a time to be alive. And look at that mental breakdown from the monkey. This is this was so satisfying to play. Oh my god, I can't. Nice. So we are 4-0 in Masters 5, and we are cruising through ranks. And I'm looking at the profiles, and the dudes are GM on off-roll, the dudes are like mid-masters on their real roll, the dudes are Smurfs, and I'm looking at the last profile of ADH Diva, and the dude is a top 30 tank currently. And I'm looking at his previous competitive seasons, and he was top 30 for like 3 seasons in a row, playing Diva. And he was playing Lucio in this game, and this was one of my highest elo games. It was super fast paced. Everyone was speaking in the microphone, everyone knew what they are doing, everyone is like super high level players. And they were going for Ball Sombra Tracer, which is very annoying to play when you are playing on Ana. And I asked my player to play Brig. Here I'm saving my soldier from inevitable death. And after he swapped Brig from Baptiste, we had an absolute blast. Boom, we're going for an anti. This dude gets the kill onto the Tracer. And I feel like Brigade is the best support to play when you are going for when you are going against dive comps, simply because they cannot kill your Ana, they cannot kill your DPS because of the health packs, they cannot do anything, and you are just free to have massive value. Here we are going for a nice double kill, following up with a Sombra kill. I feel like this Sombra was like not playing quite well in this particular game. He got detected here. I'm going for the nano. We got the Sombra 5v4 situation with an advantage here. But like, wow, this is insane. And they are moving like last second. Boom, we're going for the kill here. Beautiful no scope here. Unfortunately, I was not able to save my Brig. Otherwise, this would be so much easier. But here we are forcing the recall onto the Tracer. I'm getting booped off the high ground, I'm getting booped on the low ground. Jesus Christ, man, my soldier is cooking, my monkey is cooking, and we were able to convert that from 130 to 54. Nice anti onto them, and I'm looking at my nano. I'm like, yo, do I nano you? 3, 2, 1. I'm constantly checking whether my Tracer is safe. I'm constantly checking like back and forth, and Jesus Christ, what a game to be alive. So as a result, we were able to convert that into a W. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for being with me. Hopefully soon I'm gonna do a Road to GM series on Ana. See you in the next one. Take care.